Hello, this is the 11th lecture in the lecture series on Introduction to International Investment Law. Please recollect that in lecture 9, we saw the definitions of the term investor under the India UAE and the Brazil India BITs. In lecture 10, we dealt with a portion of the definition relating to natural persons. In this video, we will discuss certain components of the definition of investor. So far as companies are concerned, various approaches have been followed in determining the nationality of legal persons. For instance, the place of incorporation test is a common one. See Article 1B1 of the Netherlands Benin BIT 2001. Here, the place of incorporation is treated as the basis for determining nationality. The good thing about this approach is that it is easy to determine the place of incorporation and therefore provides a measure of certainty. But the problem is, in many cases, place of incorporation is merely taken for convenience and even at times operate as nothing more than a postal address. Susie H. Nikema's 2012 paper titled Best Practices Definition of Investor describes the case of Netherlands, which apparently uses incorporation as the sole criteria in its BITs. It appears that because of this, there were at least 20,000 mailbox companies, and that the claimant companies from Netherlands constituted some of the highest number of claimants in the ISDS mechanism. Seat or head office criteria is also another approach to determine nationality of legal persons. See, for example, Article 8.4a of the Germany-Bangladesh BIT. Using this approach eliminates the problem of mailbox companies, but it is also easy to shift head offices. Control is one of the most widely used criteria in BITs. Take the case of Brazil India BIT 2020. Although one facet of the definition of investor is an enterprise that has substantial business activities in the territory of a contracting party, the term investment is defined to mean an enterprise in the territory of a contracting party that an investor of the other party owns or controls, directly or indirectly, or over which it exerts a significant degree of influence. Problem with the control test is that control might also change from time to time based on corporate restructure. As regards the ICSID practice, Article 25(2)(b) of the ICSID Convention deals with the nationality of juridical persons. It provides the following ingredients. Nationality of contracting state means any juridical person which had the nationality of a contracting state other than the state party to the dispute on the date on which the parties consented to submit such dispute to conciliation or arbitration. It also includes any juridical person which had the nationality of the contracting state party to the dispute on that date and which, because of foreign control, the parties have agreed should be treated as a national of another contracting state for the purposes of this convention. Now note that this definition is not explicit about how nationality of juridical persons should be determined. Exit practice and commentaries suggest that the control test is not looked favorably upon exit tribunals, which rely more on place of incorporation or seat tests. See, for instance, Schroer et al. Exit Convention, a commentary, second edition, published in 2009, pages 280 to 283. Note that numerous tribunals have held that juridical persons would not include unincorporated joint ventures. See, for instance, Lesi Dipenta versus Algeria Award dated 10 January 2005 and Impregilo versus Pakistan, decision on jurisdiction dated 22 April 2005. Again, whether a party is a juridical person is determined by the law of the state whose nationality is claimed. Now, this test is similar to the test as regards natural persons. More on the definition of investor in the next lecture. Stay safe, stay happy. Bye bye.